Namaskaram. Hello, everybody. A very happy Saturday evening to all of you, and a very happy day tomorrow filled with love on Valentine's Day. I'm so excited to connect again through Expressions Espresso. I have missed you all, and I feel that some of you have really missed this show as well. When I said we will take a break last time, I really did not put a time frame to it. I thought I would just press the accelerator when I felt the show was being missed. I'm really overwhelmed by the love and affection from all of you who still continue to keep watching the earlier episodes and posting your comments. It is this demand for more that has brought us to resume season 3, and here we are. After signing off with A.R. Rahmanji on the special 25th episode, where he left us with his lingering thoughts, I thought the thread should continue on the same mellifluous path. Thank you, AR, for your charming presence and warm interactions. Today, we're going to meet another great charmer, a dimpled one at that. She has always left us mesmerized with her screen presence and with the element of freshness that she brings in to each of her roles. Playing diverse roles in its entirety or its brevity, she leaves her own stamp. தமிழ்ல வந்து முத்திரை அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். In performance and perfection. Known for her simplicity and straightforwardness in expression, she comes across to all of us as someone who articulates her thoughts and ideas very clearly. A private person by nature, they say she is shy of social media and is more at ease with a set of close friends. On her passions, she loves going for long drives and loves lots of music. Her favorite classical ragam, it seems, is Bhairavi. I want to cut out noise from my life, she says, and does not encourage stray conversations, only focusing on what interests her and what she is comfortable doing. Simply, she does what gives her peace and happiness. She has never propagated herself. Being very artistically inclined, her interests have always been to do good films, collaborate with wonderful artists, and carry on in the journey of life. A simple but powerful mantra indeed. It is my pleasure, and it will be your pleasure too, to welcome the beautiful and charming Nithya Menen. Hi, Nithya.
Hello, ma'am. Thank you so much. That was such a touching intro you gave about me.
That was the truth.
Thank you so much. That's one of the nicest intros someone has ever given about me.
Thank you. Thank you. It is with great joy that we, all of those who are back screen, and the viewers and myself, we welcome you to the show, which is opening again after a break. And I think I couldn't have found a more appropriate person to open the curtains. Thank you, Nithya.
Thank you so much. It's my honor. I know you ended with Rahman sir, so It's my honor and my pleasure to be on your show. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay, I understand that you're a very private person, Nithya, and this evening we would really like to learn a little more about you and your memorable moments. You began your career as a child artist in the film The Monkey Who Knew Too Much. Is
Mm-hmm.
it?
Yeah.
So, could you tell us about your childhood days and what really propelled you to feature in this film?
Um, to put it quite simply, I think what propelled me was nothing but a divine will and a destiny kind of a thing. Like I was just meant to do it.
Mhm.
We are, நம்ம வந்து ஒரு should I speak in English or?
எப்படி வேணாலும் பேசலாம். நீங்க
Okay.
தமிழ் பேசுங்க, நான் தமிழ்ல
So,
பேசுவேன்.
yeah, நம்ம family வந்து we are like more like a very middle class family. Films எல்லாம்னா ரொம்ப தூரம் அந்த like it's not something that anybody does. So I was never really a part of anything. Nothing would have definitely been tried from their side. It was just out of the blue. It's like, you know, films எல்லாம் பார்க்குற மாதிரி it's like those chain of events that just happened. Somehow one of my pictures, one of my neighbors came home and he took ஒரு photo இருந்தது ஷோகேஸ்ல. such a nice photo, can I take it னு கேட்டாங்க.
ஓகே.
அந்த டைம்ல இப்போ ஆட் ஏஜென்சி எல்லாம் என்னன்னே தெரியாது யாருக்குமே. அப்போ அவங்க ஆட் ஏஜென்சில ஒர்க் பண்றாங்க, அது nobody knows. But he said, I'll just take it, I'll put it there. My mom said okay and gave it to him. Before I knew it, we had one day I don't remember a lot of things very much from my childhood, but this I remember. I was in on the carpet, I was like playing in the carpet, and suddenly my father got a call and he was like, அவங்களுக்கு என்ன சொல்றதுன்னே புரியல. He was like, what are they saying? Because there was this French people in a French accent. அவங்க வந்து கால் பண்ணி they were like, we want her to come for a meeting. We want to just give her a few lines and see how she's able to say it. My father's like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about a film? We don't do films and all. She doesn't do anything. They're like, no, 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 you come. We are in Bangalore. Come. So, like, everybody was very confused. Annike Amama and Mutaja, my grandparents came home. Ellarum ukande, everybody is like, again, where did this come from? You know, that kind of a thing. Then they asked me, do you want to go? I said, yeah. I didn't know what it was or anything. But அங்க போய் அவங்க வந்து ஏதோ லைன்ஸ் கொடுத்தாங்க. அது வந்து I think since childhood I was a very confident child. I didn't lack confidence. That's all that's needed actually to act, I feel. A lot of people can act really well. They hold themselves back because of confidence. I feel that's all it was. So I just said the lines, I don't want it, I don't know what it is. So andoro idla I just said the lines. They were like, wow, and they started clapping and all. Next thing I know, na vandu nikkiren, measurements ella edukranga, my foot is on the thing, they're taking measurements. So they're like, yeah, ready, done, this is how much we are paying her, this is what she's doing. Then my father again went back and said, maybe you should consider someone else because she has no experience. So
Yeah.
yeah, so what if in front of camera அவளுக்கு பண்ண முடியலன்னா நீங்க வேண்டான்னு வெச்சிட்டா சின்ன குழந்தை அவளுக்கு, she'll feel bad. They're like, no, we know that she can do it. We can see what none of us could see, they could see, because we had no idea. So if you ask me, like, it was just like meant to be, and this was what I was meant to do. This was supposed to be my path. Conscious by my effort, I have not done anything.
தமிழ்ல வந்து ஒரு சேயிங் உண்டு, இளம் கன்றுக்கு பயம் அறியாது. So
Yeah,
I
right.
think you knew no fear, and so the confidence added that extra layer to your
Yeah.
act.
And that was the case right through. I think even after I started acting, uh, I never really, because நான் வந்து அதை சேஸ் பண்ணல, எனக்கு அது பண்ணணும் எதுவுமே இருக்கல. So I was not afraid of losing out on anything. I didn't, so I was just myself, and that's what I think you can credit for how I've carried myself so many years.
I think it's a beautiful way that you've carried yourself. I mean, the progress has been so vertical.
I think it's a blessing. I think nothing else.
So you were a student of journalism. What brought this urge to switch your careers between, journalism and the film industry? Of course, they are related a little bit, but still.
Actually, I definitely wanted to switch from journalism, but I didn't think it would be to the film industry.
Mhm.
But that just happened. But I wanted to actually. I was very adventurous and all that. எனக்கு war journalism எல்லாம் பண்ணணும். I wanted to travel a lot and I had a lot of energy. So I wanted to travel. I wanted to see different things. I wanted to tell people the truth and all that. So I wanted to really do something very adventurous like that. So either some kind of. I actually always wanted to do wildlife filmmaking, but அதுல வந்து nobody encouraged me. Everybody said, what is she talking about? There's nothing like that. அப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷனே இல்ல. You can't do all that. So ஏதோ ஒன்று, whatever is the most closest to being adventurous and what I want to do is what I thought I'll pursue. But once I slowly கொஞ்சம் maturity வந்தப்புறம் I thought actually journalism cannot be my space
True.
at all. But அப்போ வந்து நான் நினைச்சேன் I'll do cinematography and I'll see, because something related to this kind of wildlife, something like that I wanted to do. Ana once I was done with my journalism course, immediately, I think August was my exam. September I was in Hyderabad and I was shooting Nandini's film. அதுக்கப்புறம் I could not go back. There was no going back. The film did so well. அப்போ கூட continuous I got films. And I was doing, I was in college. So it's not that I'd done anything, but after I came back from college, I did at least some 6 or 7 films in a row. And they all were like, no, waiting for me to come back and all. I don't know. I always feel that is because I had no option. I had no choice in the matter.
I mean, it's so lovely to hear that you've been so warmly welcomed by the field.
Yeah. I really was. I had no issues. I didn't have to try. That's what I was saying. I didn't have to try. It just kept flooding to me, even though I didn't want it. It kept flooding to me, which is why I believe today that it is meant to be, and I try to do the best I can.
You are at ease with all the South Indian languages, I see. How did you learn the languages? Some special effort, or did they just come to you naturally?
So there's this story my parents used to tell me from childhood. நம்ம வந்து பெங்களூர்ல எல்லாருமே பெங்களூர்ல பிறந்தது. My parents were born in Bangalore. Actually, the closest language to us was Tamil. What I feel, I'm the most comfortable speaking Tamil. ஏன்னா அப்பாவோட ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ், அம்மா ஆஃபீஸ்ல இருக்கிறவங்க, வீட்டுல வேலை செய்யறவங்க எல்லாருமே தமிழ் தான். So the most closest of friends who used to come home are all Tamilians, and my father studied Tamil. His friends, since he was a child, he grew up with these people fully speaking Tamil. So Tamil தான் கொஞ்சம் அதிகமா பேசுவோம் and very comfortable. அவங்களுக்கு கூட இப்போ எங்கேயாவது போய் செட்டில் பண்ணலாம்னா, தமிழ்நாடுல செட்டில் பண்ணலாம்னா they are happy. So like that kind of comfort.
Okay.
So because I was in Bangalore, anga vandu there was always a diversity of languages. The kind of people, neighbors or friends or school, there's always there's Kannadigas, there'll be Tamilians, there'll be Telugu people and Malayalis. எல்லாருமே இருப்பாங்க always. So there's definitely you are exposed to it. But I think innately I have some kind of affinity for languages, because since I was a child, they used to say our neighbors used to be Marathi, Gujarati, அவங்க கிட்ட எல்லாமே அவங்க லாங்குவேஜ்ல நான் அந்த ஏஜ்ல I used to talk to them 1 year 2 years. I forgot now, but apparently I used to speak to them. So that means there's a natural ability to pick up languages. I still love it. So and also I got more of an opportunity because I did films. So films la vandu I believe that if I'm doing that work, I have to do it 100%. If I don't know the language, it's impossible. So I make an effort to know it, to be more fluent with it.
So Kannada ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು?
ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಕನ್ನಡ actually ನನಗೆ I can read and write Kannada. So
ತೆಲುಗು ಬಾగా మాట్లాడతారా?
ఇప్పుడు చాలా బాగా మాట్లాడతా.
That's a good one. You're matching me because that's how my knowledge of languages is a little bit of everything. So I
Yeah.
think we stand at par on that. You seem to love whites, and a large part of your wardrobe, it seems, is white. What's the reason for this affinity?
uh, it matches most closely to how I feel inside, I think. I
எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு நிறைய actresses வந்து black ரொம்ப விரும்பி போட்டுப்பா. This is the first time I've heard that you like white. Is a
I
revelation.
remember a time when I used to wear only black when I was very young. But then things happened and things changed, and I started to discover more the nature of me, who I am, and everything, the beauty around me. And slowly I started to be it. I started finding it difficult to wear black or dark colors. I was finding it difficult. It was not what I was vibing with how I'm feeling.
Right, right.
And then I wanted to wear more pleasant colors and everything. So most of the colors I have, it'll be on white, there'll be the blue or green or pink or yellow or something like that, but it'll be very pleasant. My house will also look like that, very very pleasant colors.
Right.
எனக்கு visual is extremely important to me. I get disturbed easily when there are disturbing visuals. So it's one of the things that keeps me very grounded. If I see very calming colors and if I wear calming colors, I can't wear things that are too bright and everything. So I think it is a reflection of how we feel inside.
Yeah, what happens when are not allowed to choose your costumes in films? Like the
No,
role.
when it comes to costumes is a different thing because it's about a film. It's not about me as such. Now on the personal, if I'm wearing, my wardrobe will be different, but every character will have its own thing. If I'm playing something very negative, then it has nothing to do with me, but it's my character. And most of the time when it comes to costumes, I'm in such a lucky place because most of the people say அவங்களுக்கு என்ன கம்ஃபர்டபுளோ அவங்க போடட்டும் எப்பவுமே. That is the way it is. I have never been forced to wear anything that I don't want to wear. I've been they're more than happy that I'm there, and they'll never try to make me uncomfortable. I've never, since I was a child, since I was I started, I've never been in a position where I have to wear something that I don't want to wear.
Your choice of roles is so diverse, very different. One feels like very calm and like how you said, while we look at you on screen in many of your roles. Do you personally have any criteria when you choose your roles?
Yes.
So what do you stay away from? What aspects?
நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி when I realize that there's some reason why I'm doing a job that I didn't really want to do or I didn't really pursue, then I tried to find meaning behind it. Otherwise I was getting very unhappy. So I tried to find a meaning, and in that meaning and in that purpose, I realized I had a certain beautiful experiences in my life. It was spiritual, and so there you kind of get a small glimpse of the actual nature of how existence works and everything. So somewhere I thought, maybe it's since I've been given all these blessings, maybe it's best to use it in a way to show people that. So in a very very small way I try to not do things. இப்ப வந்து ஹாரர்ங்கிறது ரொம்ப, it's like commercially very big thing. I get at least 5 horror scripts every month, and if I do it, it's a wonderful thing because it's commercially very viable. I'll get paid very well, the film will do very well. It'll be a heroine, it'll be all around me, அப்படியெல்லாம் இருக்கும். But I won't do it. Horror is one thing I don't do. So there are certain emotions that I try. Like, I'm not saying 100% it's possible because I'm not writing all of my films, but I try my best to not invoke negative emotions. So as much as possible, if I'm able to invoke emotions of happiness, love, um, that kind of stuff in people, I feel it is a responsibility that I should do so. So I try really hard to choose films and things that make people at least feel good somewhere.
Hmm. This film, Prana, where you were the only actress,
Yeah.
the actor, it's a multilingual and it's a psychological thriller with a power packed crew.
Yeah.
So, how was your experience in being a loner in a very
Oh, I
strong role?
have I have plenty of experience being a loner because I was always alone. I'm a single child.
Uh,
So I grew up pretty much by myself. Both my parents were working.
right.
So I was always by myself. So
Mm.
absolutely no problems being alone. In fact, I enjoyed a lot. And being the only person working in a film, it was nice because it was pretty much completely at my pace. So
Mm.
எனக்கு how fast or how slow I wanted to go was how it went. So there was no other external things to
Mm.
deal with. So it was easy and it was nice. It was small. The whole setup was smaller, less people on the set. So I really enjoyed it.
Oru Vakin Maunam in Prana was sung by you with Louis Banks, his music, right?
Yeah.
Very lilting. So, can we have a few lines from you because I know you sing well? I heard your
Yeah.
Margari Tingal.
Sorry.
I heard your Margari Tingal Tirupavai.
Yeah.
Margari Tingal.
Yeah. Um, ഒരു വാക്കിൻ മൗനം നെഞ്ചേറ്റി മൃദുനോവിൻ ഭാരം താങ്ങി പുലർമഞ്ഞിൻ ചില്ലിൻ ചുണ്ടോരം പൊഴിയാനായി കൂടെ ഞാനും.
Lovely voice. Very, there's a layer of, a very emotional, soothing factor in it.
Thank you.
Now, since we are meeting virtually, I have to give you a small bouquet of not flowers, but one ragam.
Oh.
अम्बुजोद्भव विनोतम् अगणित गुणनामम् अम्बुजोद्भव विनोतम् अगणित गुणनामम् तुम्बुरु नारद गानविलोलम् वेङ्कटाचलनिलयम् वैकुण्ठपुरवासम् पङ्कजनेत्रं परमपवित्रं शङ्खचक्रधर चिन्मयरूपं वेङ्कटाचलनिलयम्. That was for you.
Yay! That was beautiful.
So, what do you think about taking on singing professionally?
Yeah, so I have this year I'm taking singing a little more seriously. I've already recorded a track, which is my first single that I co-wrote and
Mhm.
I collaborated with someone. So it's coming out soon. I'm just working on making the video, and
Mhm.
it'll come out as my first original song that I've created. So that's happening, and hopefully I want to do some more with singing, because everybody always says they really like my voice, they want to hear more in my voice. So I thought, it makes me very happy. Singing makes me, I really like it. So I thought, no, I should do more. So definitely, singing wise, music wise, more is coming this year, and it's on my agenda.
We wish you the very, very best in that parallel
Thank you.
career path.
Thank you.
You seem to deliberate a lot on role choices and have been quoted once explaining the reason for the long gap between your roles. That when you end up doing films which erode your talent instead of enriching it, why should I be a part of such films அப்படின்னு நீங்க கேட்டிருக்கீங்க, ஃபீல் பண்ணியிருக்கீங்க at least. It requires a lot of confidence, Nithya, for somebody at so young an age to be so decisive about what you want to do. And I think that's a very unique quality. You want to say something about it? Because I'm sure a lot of youngsters are watching this program because of you, and they would take a line or two from what you say.
It's I can't say anything except that it's just, I'm just following like a inner, like who I am. I'm just following my soul. I can't do anything else. I'm unable to. So it's not like a decision. It's not in the mind. It's not like na ipdi pananum apdi pananum. It's just how I feel and who I am. That's, every decision is coming from a very soul space. It's not coming from a place where I'm trying to create a career or do something for myself. It's not driven by money. It's not driven by things where it's a strategy driven. Na ipdi panna ipdi agum. That's when, it's more like driven from like the soul. So I'm only able to do what makes sense to me.
Right.
And even in that, I compromise a lot. In my mind, I compromise all the time, because to the extent that I would like to do, I'm not doing, for sure. So even in that, certain things, certain people, certain way that certain films are right, I don't fully like it. But adla, I try to do the best, whatever is possible. So I think it's very important to me as an acting is coming only from who I am and what kind of energy I have left in me. It's not something I'm doing as a skill. It's literally who I am. So if I start losing energy and if I start becoming dull, I'll not be able to act. So it's important that I do things that keep me feeling alive and good. I'm around people who make me feel good about life, who are vibrant, and not around people who are in a bad state, because they will just like make you also feel like that. So it's, those things are very important. That soul is what I have to preserve, because that's what everyone is seeing on screen. So if I don't preserve that, then I have nothing left. So that's why I try and do things that, even onnum pannalana, I take breaks and all, because I think it's very, very normal for actors to take breaks. If you see anywhere else, where they don't treat making films as a like a manufacturing thing. Actors always take breaks, because after some time you do get, it's an emotional job. So you're emotionally, you get very, very drained. Medua, that battery will start going low. So you have to rejuvenate, you have to take breaks. You have to take breaks even to evolve, to think, to course correct, to fix certain things. Adellam pannanum, illana you will never grow as a person or an actor. So it's very normal. I think it's part of the job to take breaks and to do it at your pace.
இல்ல அப்போ ஒரு ஸ்ட்ராங் ரோல் நீங்க பண்ணீங்கன்னா, even to get out of that role, that get out of that second skin that you're wearing.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get out of a strong character, perhaps.
For me, a character I don't take time to get out of. It's pretty much I do that on a daily basis. I come back to the room, I'm out. Like,
Hmm.
I don't want to hold anything inside or something. But what I need is to recharge, to get back the energy, lost energy, to recharge, to come back to who I am, all of that.
So you seem to be a very spiritual person. So I think it should be easy for you to find yourself every time that you get a little lost in this maze of
It
roles.
is. It is.
So can you share your experience as to how or who veered you into this spiritual path?
I think the very first teacher was films itself. The fact that I had no control over it, and even though I didn't want to do it, it was happening. It was like a strong force which I'm not able to fight. So that started my interest in the divine. That something more is there and something is happening that
Hmm.
definitely I am not doing. So what is it? That kind of a thing. So I was always seeking like that. And so yeah, the very first reason I think is films only. and then uh, and then actually I, at one point in my life when I was feeling extremely unhappy, and I mean, from the outside, you won't see it because all my films were doing very well, and I was doing very well, but I didn't know any of it. I didn't realize it, and I was just really unhappy. I didn't want to do this job. I wanted to do something else. I didn't like the people and everything. So I was in a very, like wistful state, and just like that, as everything else has happened, my mother told me she's going to an ashram, and do you want to come with me? Usually na po maten, I'll never go to ashrams and all that. I i don't like it. This time, I don't know why, but I said I'll come. I felt, what do you have to lose now? You know,
Yeah,
that's what people don't realize. They make all kinds of they make up their mind about so many things. There have been spiritual people. There have been people who have pretended to be spiritual and then done a lot of atrocities. But that doesn't mean every spiritual person is like that. If
correct.
you have come to that conclusion, that means you're very, very narrow minded. But so I thought, what do I have to lose? I have nothing in really that's making me happy. I have nothing to lose. So my
Hmm.
mother's telling me to come, I'll go with her. Andamari very apathetically I went. But it changed my life. It changed who I was. Today, if I'm who I am, it's only because of that. Um, it was basically Amma Bhagwan's ashram, Kalki Bhagwan's ashram. And the day I met Bhagwan, like my life completely changed. I met Bhagwan personally. I spoke to Bhagwan for a long time, and he told me, "You ask what you want." And the first thing I said is, "I don't want this profession. Please give me something that gives me happiness. I don't know why I'm not happy." But whatever happened after that, whatever the things that Bhagwan told me, or whatever it is, I came out of it a completely different person.
Hmm.
I felt different. I had a back pain. The back pain was gone. There was a lot of things changed. And then just there was a moment of awakening. And then for a while, for about a month or 2 months or 3 months, I was in a very different state. It was a state of awakening. And that can change a person completely because you can see a little bit. I wouldn't say it was a very, there's still a lot more to go, but it was definitely a glimpse, and that changed me completely. Even today, I can easily slip into a state of complete peace only because of that experience.
Wonderful. Back to films now. Okay, Kanmani. Wasn't that a role that was specially designed for you, I thought? What did
Yeah.
you feel about doing that film?
Yeah,
What did you think?
when Manisa told me about like the idea and all that, I was thinking, oh my God, how does he know so much about me? Like, how did he did he put a camera and like, because certain things that the character was saying, about getting married or the issues she was having with it, all of those things were like, I used to say the exact same things at that time. I used to say the exact same things. I used to feel exactly the way Tara is feeling. So I was like, how can it be that a character is coming that's so close to how I'm feeling at the moment? So yeah, it was fun for me because it's nice to play something that's so close to who you are. So you don't have to do much, you just have to be yourself.
மலர்கள் கேட்டேன். What a beautiful melody, இல்ல? சித்ரமா பாடியிருக்கிறது. Do you sing that? Can we hear you sing that?
Sure. Although it's like a very classical song and Chitra has sung it, but I'll try. மலர்கள் கேட்டேன் வனமே தந்தனை தண்ணீர் கேட்டேன் அமிர்தம்
Yeah.
தந்தனை மலர்கள் கேட்டேன் வனமே தந்தனை தண்ணீர் கேட்டேன் அமிர்தம் தந்தனை.
அது போடுவோம். ஒரு பானை சோத்துக்கு ஒரு அரிசி போடுவா. அது மாதிரி this pandemic, Nithya, has changed all our lifestyles and altered it kind of. But it has also given us a lot of learning. Do you feel that you have learned something? And do you feel
Absolutely.
that this new normal that we say, that we use the word now, new normal, it's going to stay, or are we going to slip back to what we were?
I think the as a the the last few things that I've said, like I
Hmm.
feel in the same vein, I feel like that pandemic happened for a reason. I really believe that there was some strong reason, an entire, an entire planet going into this that kind of a state was not a small thing, and I think there was some larger purpose for it. If you ask me, the pandemic was only about learning. And it was, I think, every single one of us was taught the very thing that we needed to learn, is what I feel. I saw it all around me. I saw it in the people from myself to the people working with me, the maids, to everybody. I felt like, and everyone I spoke to was somewhere being challenged in the exactly in the place that they needed to change. And the people who changed, who kind of went with that and changed, I think benefited majorly. The people who suffered are the people who were not willing to change. And that is what I feel very strongly about the pandemic. I believe that it is one of the best years that I have had, because I had some incredible learnings and some big things changed, shifted for me internally during that time, because I got that time to focus on certain things that I've never gotten time for.
Right.
And also it just kind of happened, a lot of things, they were very very practical things and all that, but it shifted my view a little bit to a different way, like my whole life pivoted a little bit. So
Hmm.
whatever is going to come from now in the future is because of that time that I got during the pandemic, where I changed a lot of things. I don't exactly want to elaborate on everything because it's very internal, but everything that I think that'll come from now in the future, certain things that I would never have thought of, I thought of and I decided I'm going to do and everything. So I think it was a really really productive time for me. Um, New normal? No, I don't think so. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit pessimistic about human beings. I think they'll just go right back to exactly how they were. I thought a lot of things will change. I was very, very excited. I was at the beginning when I saw so much happening, I thought, wow, even when it comes to films, I always felt like it should have been a smaller unit. There should be less people. There should be more respect on set, more silence on set. But it's just chaotic. It's full of people all the time. And I thought that maybe realizing that we can shoot with 30 people or 50 people might make people. But then very, very soon it just went back to normal. Right now, I've been shooting since September continuously. And everything is right back to normal. So I think
Well,
it will go right back.
you know what? During the pandemic, I watched your Breathe into the Shadows.
Yeah.
It was so gripping, and I thought it was done very well.
Thank you.
Of course, with a lot of complication, and I wasn't able to find out what எல்லாம் ஒரு படம் பார்த்தோன்னே அடுத்தது என்ன வரும்னு சில வேளை நம்ம யூகிக்க முடியும். பட் இதுல
Yeah.
வந்து it was so tricky.
Yeah.
அது ஒரு மாதிரி crime dramaன்னு சொல்லலாம் இல்லையா? Thriller.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what was your experience of doing that role? Because I think it required a lot of mental,
Yeah.
uh, strength and confidence again.
Yeah. It was like so intense. It's one of the most intense performances that I have done. But that is exactly the kind of performance that I love. Like, I like performances that are not very physical but are more internal and psychological, so everything that I needed to do was just in my face, and I just needed to emote like that. So I love those kind of performances. I enjoy it. I was really fond of Mayank, the director. We had a great rapport. So working on that film, that on Breathe, was really, really um, nice for me. I really liked that kind of, the way they wrote it, the way they were approaching it. All of that was really nice for me.
So would you look at more options on the OTT, or you are a votary of traditional theater watching?
I would not really look out for anything as such. I think I'll be open to whatever comes my way. I've always been like that, and I think I'll continue to, be like that. OTT definitely gives you one more diverse space to, uh, you know, um have more options and have more exciting things to do. I'll be quite open to that.
So you said you've been busy since September 2020. What are you doing right now? We're
Uh,
curious.
right now, I'm dubbing for my Malayalam film 191A, which also has Vijay Sethupathi in it.
Mhm.
So it's his first Malayalam film that he's doing. So it's a beautiful film. It just follows the life of this girl, this character that I'm doing. And it's just a very nice, subtle, and, you know, nice film. I love the way I'm looking in the film and everything. It's a very, very different person from who I am. She's very, very quiet, and she doesn't really get much attention in life at all, and that kind of a character. So it's finished, and I'm dubbing it now. Already, Telugula Ninila Ninilana, I finished one more film. So by February, I finished two films, and yeah.
Watch you. Now we've come to the more quick questions.
Okay.
So you can also be, maybe choose to be short if you want. The
Okay.
colors in your wardrobe besides white.
Blue, green, pink, yellow.
That's like Vibgyor. You're telling me all
Like,
the colors.
like, like, like a mix of all these is there in everything.
What's your most favorite holiday destination?
Honestly, I've not gone on so many holidays to make a decision, but I like Japan.
I thought you tell me a wildlife sanctuary, because you said you wanted to do photography of wildlife.
Yeah, and Japan is full of natural, very, very natural spaces.
You went there for holiday or
Yeah,
shooting?
I went there. I went there backpacking for for 3 weeks, almost a month.
Hmm.
I have very, very close friend there,
What
so
was the most striking aspect of that country?
I loved it. the most striking thing was the people. Like, if you take a wad of cash and put it on the road, nobody will touch it. I find it incredible, the kind of the way the
Integrity.
people are over there. There's just, and I spent the 3 weeks by myself. I traveled alone. So I walked through very, very just lonely paths. I only went to see rivers. I went to see certain trees and all that. So I had a really, really enriching experience from it.
I think you know the next question that's coming to you because that's why you answered that way. Because I was going to ask you, is it the mountains or the sea that moves you?
See,
Yeah. So describe music in maybe 3 words.
inspiration, one word.
Okay, good. Do pets make a difference to your life?
Pets? I don't know
Okay.
because I don't have any pets and I've never had pets. My parents are not fond of having animals in the house, so I never got to do it. I always asked for it and cried and all when I was young. Now I give up. But yeah, I could never have pets. Ippa vanda it's not possible because I travel and I don't like to leave an animal and go.
The most important component in your own home.
The energy.
Important roles that you think your friends play in your life.
Mm, I have diverse kind of friends and they all just are always there in the moment when I whatever I, in the moment what I need and
Right?
who I need to speak to, or it's just that no constant.
Your choice of cuisine. You like food.
Yeah, Indian only I think is my favorite. எனக்கு தால் அண்ட் ரைஸ் கொடுத்தா எனக்கு போதும்.
Is there a moment in your life that you can think of just like that and laugh? அவ்வளோ ஒரு ஃபன்னியான ஒரு இன்சிடென்ட்.
Oh, not really, but there are things I laugh about, but அப்படி ஒண்ணு I can't think of anything specific like that.
Okay. Have there been moments when you have to take decisions and that spiritual force has influenced you totally?
All the time. The
Okay.
only way that I take decisions.
The genre of music that you enjoy the most?
Um, Actually, the genres I listen to is so varied that I will never be able to pick one genre. It's too varied. I listen to very, very classical things and I listen to completely like rap and those kind of things also. I don't like very loud and very noisy music, but other than that, no genre.
Okay.
I do like to listen to old Hindi music though. Old music in general. I think that would be my favorite. Yeah.
Is there some favorite song that you go back listening to again and again and again?
Yeah, all the time. I listen to a lot of music like that, which
ஏதாவது ஒண்ணு
one,
சொல்லுங்களேன்.
two. Uh, Old music is definitely, now and then I grew up on old music. They used to play Tamil and Hindi old music all the time. So that's very, very dear to me. But yeah, like ये मौसम रंगीन समा ठहर जरा ओ जाने जा तेरा मेरा मेरा तेरा प्यार है तो फिर कैसा शर्माना रुक
Ah,
तो मैं जाऊं जाने जा मुझको है इनकार कहाँ तेरा मेरा मेरा तेरा प्यार सनम ना बन जाए अफसाना. Happy, happy song.
yeah, it's a happy song. I mean, you can feel the happiness. And the பாட்டிலேயே அந்த உயிர் இருக்கு அதுல.
ஆமா.
Can we take some questions from the audience, Nithya?
Yeah,
Just a
sure.
few,
Sure,
a
sure,
couple.
sure. Of course.
Um, Dr. Apu Ratnavelu asks, what message is Nithya going to give to the audience on Valentine's Day celebrated around the globe tomorrow?
Wrong person to ask because I have no romantic answers to that. To me, it's just another day. I don't really take it very seriously.
Very practical, I guess. Sita Lakshmi Chinnappa has said uh, many times that for someone so young, your thoughts are so mature. I mean, it's more an appreciation. Would you like to just say thank you to her?
Yes, thank you so much. It's just, I think, got to do with life's experiences and just how you've been, how I was born. Like, it's just how I was since I was a child. Always a little bit older than my age, I think.
So Amma must be very proud of you, right?
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
You're so matter of fact, Nithya. I mean, Nana,
Because
Amma,
I mean, parents tend to find more faults with you than I think. A lot. It happens all the time. Other
yeah,
people's, you know, what other people see. Your own like people. They pretty much see you only as their child. So
take you for
they see a
granted.
lot of things that you need to change or do differently or something like that. It's always the case.
So Rangarajan Raghavan, he says, Nithya, you're so natural, so practical, and simple and bold. Stay blessed, he says.
Thank you so much.
Manavalan Ranga asks for, how was the Tirupave experience? We saw a different Nithya in that.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people told me they didn't know that I sang till they heard that, um, which is strange because I've sang a lot in a lot of my films. Na padirken, but um, it was basically I was shooting in Rajamandri at the time la.
Hmm.
So Suhasini ma'am வந்து கால் பண்ணி you have to like and அங்க there was no network nothing so எப்படியோ அந்த பெட்ல படுத்துட்டு நான் வந்து ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணேன் on my phone I recorded it and I sent it to her. I didn't think that it would be made like this but I just like she said just send me phone recordings அது போதும் so nightல கொஞ்சம் சத்தம் ஒன்றும் இல்லாதப்போ I sat and I just recorded it on the phone. அதுக்கப்புறம் ஷூட்டிங் ஸ்பாட்ல ஜஸ்ட் சாரி போட்டுட்டு ஐ ஜஸ்ட் ஷார்ட் தட் ஸ்மால் பிட்ஸ் அண்ட் ஐ ஜஸ்ட் வென்ட் பேக் டு ஷூட் பட் ஃபைனலா இட் லுக்ஸ் குவைட் பியூட்டிஃபுல்.
Truly so. Aru Radhika, what's the best quality in a human being according to you? What is the quality? Probably she means, or he means, what is that quality that you look for in a person when you see a person?
I think humanity, like kindness and compassion. I can see it, and everyone can see it actually, but I notice it. And I can tell when someone, it doesn't have to be outright, like ரொம்ப smile பண்ணி sweet பேசுறது அது
Um,
இல்ல. But there are people who are very bold and who speak very loudly but are extremely compassionate human beings. I don't go by that external things. I'm able to see when someone is not harsh and someone is nice, soft to other people.
So this has been such a wonderful evening, and I'm so delighted. I can't tell you. I mean, that the Nithya that I watched on screen is before me now, and I'm talking to her. It gives that little bit of that childish glee. ஒரு சின்ன குழந்தைக்கு ஒரு சந்தோஷம் கிடைச்ச மாதிரி. Yeah.
I should be saying that about you. Not the other way around.
Let's both say it to each other, yes. And the balance is made. So we are all delighted to know so much more about you, your music, your thoughts, and your I would say your thoughts about life, career, the journey. Everything is a little more on the border of philosophy, very philosophical. So you seem to simply follow your heart and do what makes you happy, which is very important in life for everyone. So thank you for your time, Nithya, amidst all your cram up.
Absolutely,
I
it was
know
my
for the
pleasure.
dry run, you finished your dubbing and you came on screen before dinner. It's so kind of you. So it's thank you again for your time and sharing honestly. Like you said, ஒரு கைண்ட்னஸ் வந்து ஒருத்தர்கிட்ட வந்து எப்படி தெரியறது அப்படின்னு யூனோ அதுல வந்து பொய்மை கிடையாது. There's no artificial pseudo about
Yeah.
aspect. So too, I felt when you shared, there was nothing artificial. You just shared what you felt. And that adds to so much of your character, you know. I think people who watch this show would really respect you more for what you are, for what you said. So wish
That
you
would be
all
a
the very
huge
best.
achievement, I think, if people like you for who you are more than what you do as a profession. To
So
me, that is a bigger achievement.
we wish you the very, very best, and we want to see you in more and more unique, refreshing roles that's going to spin us off.
Thank you so much. So do I. I have so much more to do, and I feel like it's. I wish I can do all of it before the end of it. Thank you so much for asking such nice questions, which made me able to give these nice, honest answers. You asked me to sing songs also that nobody has ever asked me to sing. These are songs which nobody even knows about. So thank you so much for it.
Thank you, and wish you good luck for your solo song that's
Thank you.
coming up, solo
Yes, I
album.
will send it to you when it's out.
Sure, Nitya. Good luck.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Bye. So to begin where I last left with ARR sir on the 25th episode, this youngster, this bundle of talent, energy, and very honest thinking. I think that all of it together has made a wonderful start to our further episodes. I'm sure all of you enjoyed this evening with insights into many things that we have not known about Nithya so far. Looking forward to meeting you all again very soon with another interesting personality. Follow my Facebook and YouTube handles for the past episodes. While the pandemic is definitely losing its hold, its grip, and we see more of optimism around us, that certainly does not mean we have to let down our defenses, continue the SMS, remember? Sanitizing, mask, and social distancing. It's up to us, up to all of us, to take all the precautions and move on in life. Step one is probably towards the vaccination stage for all of those who are willing to take the vaccine. Wishing you all a very, very, very happy and love filled Valentine's Day tomorrow. May there be lots of love in the air, and ta ta, ta ta, ta ta.